Good morning to everyone. Today we are going to see exercise 3.3. In the previous video, we had already seen about the classifications of a quadrilateral. Okay, so here is the question. Question number 1. Given a parallelogram ABCD, complete each statement along with the definitions or the properties used. So once again I am repeating what is parallelogram and its properties. Okay, a four-sided polygon is said to be as a parallelogram, isn't it? So a parallelogram properties. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral whose opposite sides are parallel. Suppose AB is parallel to CD, okay, and AD is parallel to BC. So these are the opposite parallel sides of a parallelogram. Second property states that the opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equal length. That means length of AB is equals to length of CD, whereas length of AD is equals to length of BC. The third property states that the opposite sides of a parallelogram are of equal measures. That means angle A will be equals to angle C, whereas angle B value will be equals to angle D. Clear everyone? Now the next property, fourth, the adjacent angle in a parallelogram are supplementary. Adjacent angle, that means angle A and angle B are adjacent to each other. In the same way, angle B and angle C are adjacent to each other. Then angle C and angle D are adjacent to each other. Angle D and angle A are adjacent to each other. That means four pair of adjacent angles are present in a parallelogram, and each pair are of supplementary angle. That means adjacent angles are of supplementary. It means that it is of 180 degree, like angle A plus angle B will be equals to 180 degree. In the same way, angle B plus angle C will be equals to 180 degree. Okay, now the last property of the parallelogram, it states that the diagonal of a parallelogram bisects each other. Yes, the parallelogram is having two diagonals and both of the diagonals intersects at O. Okay, now look the solutions. Here it is said that you have to fill the blanks, as well as you have to give the reason, where the reason may be the definition or the properties of the parallelogram. So here I had explained you once again the properties of a parallelogram, isn't it? Now see what is the solution of question number 1. So here it is said that AD will be equals to which side? AD is the side of the parallelogram, isn't it? That means AD will be equals to which side? BC, isn't it? Then angle DCB will be equals to which angle? That means angle DCB will be equals to angle BAC, BAD. You will more clear when I will show you the solution. Now look, the solution is here, isn't it? So first one, side AD will be equals to side BC. Why it is so? Because in the property of parallelogram, it states that the opposite sides are equal. That's why the side AD will be equals to side BC. Second one, angle DCB will be equals to angle DAB. That means angle C will be equals to angle A. Why it is so? Because the properties of parallelogram, it states that opposite angles are equal. They are having the equal values. That's why their angles are equal. Hence, angle DCB will be equals to angle DAB. Okay. Third point, OC will be equals to OA. Why it is so? Because the diagonals of a parallelogram bisects each other. That means the total diagonal AC is bisecting, isn't it, at O. Therefore, OC will be equals to OA. The fourth point, M that means measure. Okay, measure of angle DAB plus measure of angle CDA is equals to 180 degree. Why it is so? Because the properties of a parallelogram, it states that sum of any two adjacent angle is equals to 180 degree. Hence, here what is the two adjacent angle? That is angle A and angle D are adjacent to each other. Hence, angle A plus angle D will be equals to 180 degree. Now, the complete name of angle A and angle D will be what? Measures of angle DAB plus measures of angle CDA will be equals to 180 degree. Okay, M is read as measures of angle. Clear? So have you understood question number 1, everyone? Okay. Along with the solution you have to give reason. That means in the bracket you have to say the definitions. That's why. Okay. Now look the question number 2. So here the question number 2 we are having. What the question number 2 says. So question number 2 is having 5 parts, isn't it? Consider the following parallelogram. Find the value of unknown x, y and z. So here all the 5 figures are a parallelogram. Okay. Then in the parallelogram you have to find the value of x, y and z. Clear everyone? So first A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. Second one also you can give the name. The name you can give according to your own wish. Clear? Now look the solution of question number 2 first part. Okay. So here is the solution. Look what is the solution says. So what we are having? We are having a parallelogram ABCD, isn't it? And as we know that according to the property of parallelogram, that sum of the two adjacent angle of a parallelogram are supplementary. So what are the, how many pairs of adjacent angle we are having? We are having adjacent 4 pairs, isn't it? So angle A, angle D are adjacent to each other. Angle D, angle C are adjacent to each other. Angle C, angle B are adjacent to each other. Angle B, angle A are adjacent to each other. That means total adjacent angle pair we are having in a parallelogram are 4. Clear? Now here in the parallelogram question, angle A is equals to Z, angle Z. Angle B is equals to 100 degree. Angle C is equals to X and angle D is equals to Y. So here the unknown angles are X, Y and Z whose value we have to find. So first consider the adjacent angle, that is angle A and angle B we will consider. Okay. So what is angle? First adjacent angle we are going to consider angle B and angle C. Okay. So angle B plus angle C are the two adjacent angles, and as we know that the two adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. That means angle B plus angle C will be equals to 180 degree. Okay. Angle B we are having 100 and angle C is equals to X. So 100 plus X is equals to 180 degree. Now 100 will be transposed from left hand side to the right hand side. So the equation will change into X is equals to 180 minus 100. So X is equals to 80. Understood up to here? Now similarly angle C plus angle D is equals to 180 degree. Adjacent angle of a parallelogram are supplementary, isn't it? That's why angle C plus angle D will be equals to 180 degree. Then angle C will be equals to X and angle D will be equals to Y. So X plus Y is equals to 180 degree, where X value we are having as 80, isn't it? So 80 plus Y is equals to 180, where Y is equals to 180 minus 80. So Y will be equals to 100. Similarly, again angle D and angle A are the two adjacent angle, and as we know that according to the property of a parallelogram, that adjacent angle of a parallelogram are equal to supplementary, isn't it? So angle D is equals to Y and angle A is equals to Z, isn't it? So 100 angle Y is equals to, we are having 100 and Z we have to find. So 100 plus Z is equals to 180 degree. Z is equals to 180 minus 100, that is Z is equals to 80 degree. Have you understood everyone? So what is the value of X we are having? We are having the unknown angle X is equals to 80 degree, where Y is equals to 100 and Z is equals to 80 degree. So have you understood here? While solving the question number 2 first part, the first property, that is adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. That property are used to solve the question. Now look the question number 2. Again in the question number 2 second part, it is said that ABCD is a parallelogram and you have to find the value of unknown angle X, Y and Z. Okay. Now look how to solve. Since the adjacent angle of a parallelogram are supplementary, isn't it? So what are the adjacent pair? Angle A and angle B are adjacent to each other. Angle B, angle C are adjacent to each other. Angle C and angle D are adjacent to each other. And last, angle D and angle A are adjacent to each other. Now, first pair we were going to consider, that is adjacent pair are angle C and angle D. These are the two adjacent angles, isn't it? Since the adjacent angles are equals to supplementary, sum of the two adjacent angles of a parallelograms are equals to 180 degree or supplementary, that means angle C plus angle D is equals to 180 degree, where angle C, from the figure itself we can be clear that angle C is equals to Y, where angle D value is equals to 50 degree. So we are substituting that. So Y plus 50 is equals to 180. While transposing 50 from left hand side to right hand side, it becomes minus 50, isn't it? So Y is equals to 180 minus 50. Therefore, Y is equals to 180. When 180 will be subtracted with 50 degree, then it will become 130 degree. Therefore, what is the value of angle Y we are having? 130 degree. Similarly, we are considering the next adjacent pair of a parallelogram, that is angle D plus angle A is equals to 180 degree, isn't it? So, angle D we are having 50 and angle A value we are having x. So, 50 plus x is equals to 180 degree. Have you understood up to here? Now, transpose 50 from left hand side to the right hand side, it becomes minus 50. Therefore, x is equals to 180 minus 50. Hence, x is equals to 130 degree. So, here we got the two unknown angles value, that is x is equals to 130 as well as y is equals to 130. Now, we are going to find the third unknown angle, that is angle Z. For finding the unknown angle Z, what we are going to do? We are going to see the figure. What is in the figure? What we are having? Angle C and angle B are very clearly alternate angles, isn't it? You can see the figure. By seeing the figure, it is very clear that angle B and angle C are alternates angle. And as we know that the alternates angles are equal, having the equal value. Therefore, angle C will be equals to angle B. That means angle C is Y and angle B is Z, isn't it? Angle Y we are having 130 degree. That means automatically Y angle will become Z angle. That means angle Y will be equals to 130 degree. Hence, angle Z will be also equals to 130 degree. Why it is so? Because by seeing the figure, we know that angle B and angle C are alternates angles. That's why. So, we had finded the value of the unknown angle for question number 2 second part, that x is equals to 130 degree, y is equals to 130 degree and z is also equals to 130 degree. Have you understood everyone? Now, the third part of question number 2. Here again a parallelogram is given and the diagonals are intersecting with each other. When the diagonals intersects each other, a small triangles is made, isn't it? So can you see where the diagonal intersect? Where the two diagonal intersect, that point is considered as O. Okay. So while seeing the figure, we can see that one of the angle is 90 degree. That is angle O. From angle AOB, isn't it? That is 90 degree. So, angle AOB will be equals to angle COD. Why it is so? Why it is so? Because it is vertically opposite angle, isn't it? Angle AOB will be equals to angle COD. Here I had written B. It is not B. It is DOC. Clear? So, please make the correction that angle AOB will be equals to angle COD. In place of B, write it D. That will be equals to 90 degree. Therefore, x value will be what? It will be 90 degree. So, what is x? X is 90 degree. Why it is so? Because it is a vertically opposite angle. Okay. Now, here, since the diagonal intersects each other, then a small triangles are made, isn't it? So, we are going to consider one of the triangle, that is triangle. Which triangle we are going to consider? Triangle COD. Okay. In triangle COD, we can see that angle O is equals to X, that is 90 degree we will consider. Angle C is equals to 30 degree given in the figure, and angle D is equals to Y, whose value we have to find. Now in triangle COD, sum of all angles of a triangle is equals to 180 degree, isn't it? Sum of all the angles of a triangle is equals to 180 degree. Therefore angle O plus angle C plus angle D is equals to 180 degree. This you people had already studied. Now we are going to substitute the values of all the three angles. So what is angle O value? That is X. And what is the X value? That is 90 degree, isn't it? Then angle C is 30 degree and angle D is Y, whose value we have to find, isn't it? So 90 degree plus 30 degree plus Y is equals to 180 degree. So 90 plus 30 will be equals to 120. 90 plus 30 is equals to 120. Then directly we are going to transpose 120 from left hand side to the right hand side. So it will become Y degree is equals to 180 degree minus 120 degree. Therefore, while subtracting 180 minus 120 degree, what we will get? We will get 60 degree, isn't it? Therefore, Y is equals to 60 degree we are having. Now, next part, the same part. Since angle Y is equals to angle Z, why it is so? Because alternate angles of a parallelogram are equal. That's why angle Y will be equals to angle Z. Therefore, what is the value of angle Y we are having? 60 degree. Then it will become Z value also. Why it is so? Because alternate angles of a parallelograms are equal. Due to the property of a parallelogram, angle Y will be equals to angle Z is equals to 60 degree. So here in this question we had finded all the three unknown angles value. So angle X is equals to 90, angle Y is equals to 60 and angle Z is equals to again 60. So have you understood everyone? So student, until and unless you won't study the property, won't understand the property, you will unable to solve the questions. So please study the properties very carefully. Okay. Next, the fourth part of the question number 2. So look the fourth part of question number 2. Here again a parallelogram ABCD is given. Okay. So we are going to see the property. That what is the property? That sum of the adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary, isn't it? So here the two adjacent angles first we are considered, that is angle B and angle A, isn't it? So while adding the two adjacent angle, it will be equals to supplementary. So supplementary, that means 180 degree, isn't it? So angle A plus angle B is equals to 180 degree. So angle A is equals to X, where angle B is equals to 80 degree. So X plus 80 is equals to 180 degree, where we are transposing 80 from left hand side to the right hand side. It becomes minus 80. So X is equals to 180 minus 80. When we subtract the value 180 with 80, it becomes how much? 100. So what is the value of angle X is equals to? That is 100. Similarly, we are going to find next part, that is angle B plus angle D is equals to Y 180 degree. Why it is so? Because it is an adjacent angle. Okay, and the sum of the pair of adjacent angle are supplementary. So again, angle A plus angle D is equals to 180 degree, where angle A is X, angle D is Y. So X plus Y is equals to 180 degree. X value is 100 plus Y is equals to 180 degree. So while transposing 100 from left hand side to the right hand side, it becomes Y is equals to 180 minus 100 degree. Okay, therefore Y is equals to 80 degree. Clear? Now the last one, Z, isn't it? So angle Z is equals to angle B is equals to 80 degree. Why it is so? It is due to the corresponding angle. We can say that it is a corresponding angle. That's why angle Z value will be equals to 80. Okay, that means angle Z will be equals to angle Y. It is a corresponding angles. That's why. Or we can say that on this, when the angles is made on the same side of the transversals, they are equal. So both the reason are correct here or applicable here. Therefore angle Z is equals to 80 degree. So here corresponding and transversals definitions you can see from chapter number 5. There I had given all the definitions. Okay. Now we will see the next part, that is question number 2, fifth. Here this one is the last part of the solution. So again a triangle quadrilateral is given, that is quadrilateral ABCD, isn't it? So look the solution. Since the opposite angles of a parallelograms are equal, which are the opposite angle here? The two pairs of opposite angle we are having in the parallelogram. First pair will be angle C and angle D. Okay, and angle B and angle D are the opposite pairs of the parallelogram. That okay, angle A will be equals to angle C, angle B will be equals to angle D. Okay, so these are the two pairs of opposite angles of a parallelogram, and according to the property of a parallelogram their values are equal. Therefore angle B is an opposite angle to angle D, isn't it? And angle B value we are having as 112 degree. Therefore angle D will be equals to 112 degree, while angle D is equals to Y is equals to 112 degree. So have you understood how we will get Y degree is equals to 112 degree from the property of the parallelogram? Now the next, consider the triangle ACD. One diagonal is drawn in the figure AC, isn't it? Due to that diagonal the two triangles are formed, that is triangle ACD and triangle ACB. So we are going to consider the first triangle, that is triangle ACD, and we know that according to the property of triangle that sum of the angles of a triangles is equals to 180 degree, isn't it? So angle A plus angle C plus angle D is equals to 180 degree, where angle A is equals to 40 degree given in the figure, angle C is equals to X degree, angle Y is equals to 112 degree is equals to 180 degree. Now we are going to add 112 plus 40 degree will become 152. So the equation will change as X degree plus 152 degree is equals to 180 degree. Therefore transposing 152 degree from left hand side to the right hand side, it becomes X is equals to 180 degree minus 152 degree. Therefore X is equals to 28 degree. So have you understood everyone up to here? Angle Y we had find it as 112 degree. Angle X we had find it as 28 degree. Now we will see about angle Z. Since by the property or by the definition of alternate angles, angle C will be equals to angle B. Why it is so? Because the alternate angles are equal, isn't it? Therefore angle X is equals to angle Z. That means angle X value we are having 28. Due to alternate angles, angle Z will be also equals to 28 degree. So have you understood the question everyone? So please while doing the questions once again read out the definitions as well as the properties of the exercise, properties of all the classifications of the quadrilaterals. Then only you will able to solve the exercise. Okay. Now one more thing I would like to tell you student, your pre-midterm exam is going to be held. So syllabus for pre-midterm exam will be chapter 1, that is rational number, chapter 2, that is linear pair in one variable or linear equation in variable. That is chapter 2, isn't it? And chapter 12 exponents and power. So these three chapters will come in your pre-midterm exam, that is chapter 1, chapter 2 and chapter 12. So all the best, prepare for your exam, and only multiple choice questions will be given to solve. No solving part, no lengthy questions, nothing. Only MCQ option will be given to you. From that option you have to take the correct one. Clear? Thank you everyone.